This is Secret Evasion, Requiem, and this comic is a bunch of things, but it struggles from its cover that depicts wasps as not having a very feminine face. Quick backstory is that Michael Bryan Benson pointlessly killed wasps off in Secret Evasion because he don't know how to end a story, and this is an epilogue. It's like a tribute to her. It's also the start of a new run on Avengers, possibly the best Avengers run in the last 20 years. And just wait till you see who the writer is. Yeah, Dan Slott, that's right, Dan Slott. His run on Avengers is fantastic. But Dan Slott is a toxic man baby. And actually, my one personal interaction with him, it was on a forum where I said that I loved his Avengers work, but I didn't really like his Spider-Man stuff. And then I asked if he had any intentions to write another Avengers book again. He told me to grow up, get over it, and accept that his version of Spider-Man was here to stay. But this comic, it is mostly reprints, but we have an original framing sequence here that sets up Dan Slott's run. Pham, who is like a robot clone of wasps, she's looking through the wasps' odd stuff, like odd costumes, and Pham and Aunt Gordon, they are the central focus of this. We're showing them dealing with the death of wasps and pushing them into the direction for the subsequent run, but also they are reflecting on the past, which is just a cheap excuse to reprint odd comics. This one is the first appearance of Wasps by Stan Lee and Jack Quimby, Tales of Astonish, issue 44 from the Silver Age, and as you can see, they have recoloured it. They've done all the art to make it look modern and try and fool people into thinking that this was new stuff if they were flicking through it in the shop. I won't be going too in depth with these reprints because I might one day review their issues individually. I won't. I will never be able to afford or really want this issue here. Wasps though, Wasps is notable as she was, not including the Invisible Wife, Wasps was the first female superhero Marvel ever introduced. So really, she is the second, and that is still pretty impressive, but this story is rubbish. You could clearly tell that the Ant-Man stories were some of the ones that Stan Lee and Jack Quimby were the least interested in doing. This doesn't feel completely pointless since a lot of the story elements and concepts in this, they are referred to again in some future Avengers comics, and even a Thunderball story, but I really didn't rate it. It's not good. It's only of note as a first appearance of Wasps, and for her first meeting with Aunt Gordon, who she goes on to marry and that. And with the art, the recolouring, it's just bad. It really doesn't work when you take Jack Quimby and you use digital colouring like, like this skin here. This skin thing, the gradient shite. I hate this. I didn't understand why we see it all the time. Like, it's like lens flare of the skin. Nobody's skin shines like that. It's terrible. We end this story though, and we get a single page with Aunt Gordon and Pham setting up the next reprint, which is Avengers 213, one of the worst Avengers issues ever. And I really hate this one. This is the issue where Aunt Gordon hits his missus, and that was a terrible idea, but all the writing is terrible. We do have at least a nice looking page of Captain America here, but it's not just Aunt Gordon who is written bad in this. Captain America, he becomes irrational and borderline psychotic in his burning hatred for Aunt Gordon. Then Iron Man is the most sympathetic, which I would also suggest is a bad grasp on Iron Man's character. Iron Man is famously a selfish dick. And Wasps Wasps is really dragged through the mud. She's made into like a meek airhead who has no confidence or awareness. But even before Aunt Gordon hits her, this is Jimothy Shooter writing, by the way. Even before Aunt Gordon hits Wasps, it's so clear that Jimothy Shooter hates Aunt Gordon. He has him verbally abuse Wasps all the time. He has him consistently acting bitter and evil. And even in his good one on Avengers, the one in the 70s, as opposed to this train wreck from the 80s, he had Aunt Gordon go crazy and attack Wasps in one story. And here, Aunt Gordon is just completely insane. He's building a robot to attack the Avengers so that he can defeat it and prove to them that they shouldn't kick him out of the team. And this is, it's just a really bad story. It's really, really bad. It should never have been printed in the first place, and certainly never reprinted. And here we are, the big scene, and people often overlook the lead up to it, where he is yelling and lashing out at his wife. And then on the next page, here we go, the terrible moment where he hits her, remastered with flashy modern colouring. This was a bad idea. It forever damaged Aunt Gordon. No matter how much effort Jason Byrne or Roy Sturman or whoever put into redeeming the character or having him repent for this, every writer would always come back to this panel. They would spotlight this moment as a chance to flex and preach about wife beating being bad, or their entire take on Aunt Gordon would be informed from this. You had people like Michael Bryan Benson, Kurt Busey, Robert Kirkham, John Jeffries, Matt Miller. I could get on for ages. Writers who took this one awful moment that should never have happened and then used it to draw an exaggerated version as if it was Aunt Gordon's sole characteristic. And then we have got the horrific moment where Wasps takes off her sunglasses and she's got a black eye and she shows her face and all the Avengers learn that Aunt Gordon hit her. I proper hate this story. I tell you what, if this wasn't framed around such a unanimously despised thing as hitting women, this character destruction would have been quickly retconned and overturned and forgotten about. But no, now it's all Aunt Gordon is known for, and he is better than this. And here's how much Jimothy Shooter clearly hates Aunt Gordon. He even fails at stopping his own robot. Jimothy Shooter, he had a fucking mad-on for destroying this character. And I tell you what, I question including this as a reprint in a book that's meant to be a fucking tribute to the Wasps. It's very inappropriate, but apparently her getting a shiner is one of the two most important stories for the character. But now we're back with the good stuff, the original content. Aunt Gordon, well, as you can see here, he has had loads of different costumes and different identities over the years, and now he's decided he's going to adopt a new one. To honour his dead wife, he has become the new Wasps. This is a really great costume and a good period for this character, but sadly, again afterwards, writers just wanted to get back to dumping on the character to make a point. They like dwelling on it apparently being unhinged for him to take his wife's code name, ignoring that it was a heartfelt tribute, and they'd also make loads of jokes about him dressing up as his wife, him cross-dressing, jokes that they would probably deny ever making if you asked about it now. But Aunt Gordon and the Fembot, they gone on to lead Dan Slott's Avengers, and you can get that run in a big hardcover like me. This is like an omnibus, but it doesn't say omnibus on the side. And there's the team there on the cover, really good lineup, a lot of classic characters. We've got the Fembot, we've got Aunt Gordon as the Wasps, we've got Charlotte Witch, We got Hercules Man, Flag Man, Iron Man, the Vision, Gigantic Girl, and the Hulk. The Flash, he also joins. He replaces Iron Man. And we start off, it's even got that framing sequence we've just seen at the start. So that's good. And then it collects all of Dan Slott's run on Avengers. Really great stuff. Although I would say that there was an issue of the Initiation that could have been included. Issue 20, that was written by Dan Slott as well. It was all about Ant Gordon and the Fembot. I highly recommend this run though, it's fantastic. But let's get back to this. At the back as bonuses, we have got, these are the covers to the comics they reprinted, and then a Marvel Andy book entry for Wasps. And you know me, I love the Marvel Andy books, so including this, it's like the cherry on the top for me. It's quite a long entry as well. And then one of the things with the entries on Wasps that they like to do, they try to show every different costume she wore. It was like a running joke that she would show up with costume variants every other issue. And as you can see here, 3 pages worth of them. But I got wise to what this comic was doing. It was ending on an Andy book entry to try and get me to say that it is great. But I didn't think I can recommend this comic. I recommend the framing sequence, definitely, that is really good. But since that is just a small part of this, it's like 8% of the comic, it's not enough to justify getting the issue. I mean, you do get Wasp's first appearance, a novelty really, not a good story, but there is some appeal to having that one or reading it. But then you also get one of the worst issues of Avengers that is not written by Kurt Busiek. And actually, if this was just that Avengers issue, I would tear it up. It is diabolically bad. So instead, I say, get the collection. There's also a paperback version where you can get the original stuff without the reprints. And then I rate this 7 thumbs up.